Well, it's not a sunny day with the rain. Shalom royalty, it's Ellie here. So I'm outside with my son, and I just wanted to talk about really the importance of waking up early. And I know this is like a cliche type of thing because people will be like, if you want to be successful, wake up early. And then it's like you get the people who are like, I spend 2 hours in the morning meditating and spending time with God and raising my vibration, and it seems like so out of reach for most people. And I'm just here to tell you that it's really not. It isn't. And I know that can be hard to hear if you have a full-time job or if you have something that's very demanding. So I'm a full-time, good job, man. I'm a full-time mom and I homeschool my son. And so it can be quite demanding on my end, and I do social media and stuff as I don't want to say an influencer, but I guess I make weekly YouTube videos on my main channel. And on this channel, I make daily videos. And so I have that and my actual business for educating people in the real estate industry. And then I'll be picking up steam for my own real estate investing industry after getting things back in order. And so you can say I could have a lot on my plate. Whether somebody has a full-time job or they are a full-time parent, full-time caregiver, whatever the situation is, all I want to say is it's very important to wake up early. Now, why do I say that? Every time I wake up early, my day goes a lot better. If you depending on how your relationship with God is, you can spend tons of time with Him. You can spend tons of time with yourself. You can spend tons of time meditating and just getting different downloads. So what I usually do is I come outside and I get my sun. I get my would they be considered UV rays? Anyway, whatever light I can get from the sun, I come and get it. And the thing is, it's cloudy today. So, you get what you get when it's cloudy, but it's still important. I now come outside to water my garden. And I notice that I get a lot more finished when I have time for myself. And this is for people with children or people that they have to care for. You really need that time alone. You need that time by yourself to just have that centering, that peace within. Because if you're constantly bombarded with what somebody else needs for you, somebody is demanding your attention, somebody is demanding something from you, and thing is, it's your responsibility, so you have to provide for them whatever it is that they are asking for. So it's not like you can just get upset and not do it. It's a matter of you feeling up to speed, you having the energy, you having the drive to get that particular task done. And that goes for your business too. If you are an entrepreneur, a small business owner, you have to do what you have to do for your customers. You have to do what you have to do for your employees. Whatever, the situation is, you can't just be like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. I mean, you could, sure, but you do that too many times in your business and you won't have a business anymore. Don't touch that, sweetie. No, don't touch that. And as far as parents goes, being a parent, you're going to end up with a child that, you can't, I'll say, influence because you didn't raise them properly. You were lazy with them. You let television raise them. You didn't take time to read with them. You didn't take time to, go over certain things with them and help them build character. You just, let them do whatever they wanted to do. And if you have your children in school, you let the schools teach them every single thing when you know that the schools lie about a lot of things, especially history. I just saw a red bird. Okay, I saw somewhere where someone said when you're speaking wisdom, you see red birds. All right then. But we know that a lot of things are lies in the school system. And so I understand, especially if you have a full-time job or a very demanding business, if you need to put your children in public school or a full-time school where you're not homeschooling them, I understand it. I'm not condemning it. But when they come back home, you got to let them know your history. You got to let them know exactly where it is they came from. You got to let them know the truth. Even for my, Gentiles and non-melanated people. We all have melanin, but you know what I mean. You got to let them know what the actual truth is. You can't just, keep fueling this race war. You have to let them know, like, hey, this is what they teach in school. This is how your classmates treat people of color, but we don't do that in this household. We treat them with respect because we know the truth. That's how you got to be. And you have to enforce that in your children, because your children are the only people who you can really influence. It's very hard to influence. This is taking a turn from my original point of this video, but it is very hard to influence people who are either the same age as you or older. You can influence the youth a lot easier simply because they're younger and they're looking to you for wisdom and guidance anyway. When you have someone who's older than you, they can just be stubborn and combat what you're saying just because they don't want to believe you. So if you know somebody's not living right, whether it be racism or you know that they are sexist or whatever, telling them that they're wrong would come across a lot more difficult than it would for someone who's young, starting to exhibit a few behaviors and you're trying to correct it before it gets bad. Now, yes, it's raining. That's why I said we're not going to be out here too long. And that's the beauty of having children. Parents don't realize how important this is. We are creating the next generation. Like, we have literally birthed the next generation. Like, I don't understand, how else I can put that into words. We have created the new generation. So let's at least give them the chance to have a better life than we did. I'm grateful for the life that I had. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for every experience that I had. And those things that didn't go too well, I took it with a grain of salt and I gained wisdom from it. I gained wisdom and I learned from the mistakes that either I made or those before me made or those around me made. Instead of going around in cycles and circles and repeating the same thing over and over again. No, I don't like repeating the same hell a bunch of times. People talk about the afterlife and I'm like, y'all don't understand. People live the same year after year. Quite literally, like the same things that happened in 2020 are happening right now. And a lot of people are making the exact same decisions that they made in 2020. And it's like, I told people in 2020, pay attention to this year. Every year is going to be exactly like this. And people don't listen. They just, I can't even say go with the flow, because I live my life in flow. When you go with the flow, you understand how life is flowing. There's a difference between going with the flow and being led somewhere where you don't know where you're going. I live my life in flow with the Holy Spirit. No, I don't just let things happen to me. I see what's going on and I listen to the Most High, wait for Him to tell me which decision to make, and then I make that decision. I execute on that particular situation. But that's why you got to wake up early. Getting back to the original point of this video, you got to wake up early and be in tune with self. You got to be in tune with the God in you. You cannot be out here just waking up to your alarm clock and reacting all day long. You have to take control now, right? Like, I love the fact that I have a garden now. Like, I'm literally woken up by birds in the morning, because at first I didn't have to wake up by birds in the morning. I would hear them, but I just go back to sleep or just enjoy their sound from my window. Now I have a purpose for getting up when the birds start singing. My second alarm, I have another alarm for 3:30 in the morning for praying and meditating and reading the Bible. Most of the time I just go back to sleep unless I want to get up and make some coffee early in the morning. Now I get up a few hours later and water my garden without my second alarm going off, because I'm waking up to the bird singing, or I'm waking up automatically because I know that I have to go water my garden. So I just spend most of that time outside by myself while my son is still sleeping. And then my son wakes up and I'm able to do whatever I can with him awake. And it's all good. It's all cool. It is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, a little bit of that. And I hope you guys have a great day. Shalom royalty. I'll see you in the next one. Tawada.